good evening, and welcome back to where nothing has happened since last video. Well, two NFL games were done, but I've done very little. I've done a little bit. Anyways, last video I mentioned the 1995 World Juniors and some of the communities that hosted at least one game. Besides Red Deer, which was the initial host, Leduc, Spruce Grove, Innisfail, Stettler, Rocky Mountain House, Edmonton, Wetaskiwin, Calgary, Sherwood Park, Lacombe, Camrose, and Ponoka had at least one game. One game. This is also the last tournament where it's a straight up round robin format. Easy, if you finish first, you win gold. You finish second, you win silver. And if you finish third, you win bronze. There was no relegation this year, as the following tournament in 1996, they expanded to 10 teams and two groups of 5. And they added a knockout phase, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. Is this, I think, one of the first times you've seen Ukraine play in a tournament? Well, clearly seeing as how there's no relegation in 95, they obviously played 96. And I was wondering when the last time they actually played on Christmas Day, other than prior to 2021, obviously recently it was 2021. It was the mentioned the tournament started a day earlier because they usually have 6 days for the whole round robin games. Instead, they actually extended one day to a week, so they started Christmas Day. They had 3 games, 2 games, and prior to that was 2005. And I think there was one in 2000 and 1998. Previous one was 1985. And the one in 1985 started December 23rd. So, the most recent, other than 2021, was 2005. That was the first of 5 in a row for Canada. I think twice or 3 times since prior to between 85 and 2005. I had to look it up. Now and I kind of mentioned out loud the last time there was an NHL game on Christmas Day. 1971. Yeah, 52 years. That sounds about right. The California Golden Seals 3, the LA Kings 1. Stan Gilbertson scored the last ever Christmas goal into an empty net, obviously for California. So yeah. Even players mentioned even way back then, it was a good thing to say, to not to put any Christmas games, put any NHL games on the Christmas Day, because they wanted to be around families. Like, wanted a little break. Not sure if there was an NHLPA, but it's like, yeah, well, we kind of need it, and the NHL agrees, like, yeah, okay, we won't schedule any more games for Christmas Day. So they made the break mandatory. Definitely for the 24th and 25th, and recently I think they expanded it to the 26th, which is great. NBA, for some reason, loves Christmas games as well as the NFL does, and with Christmas Days on a Sunday, they moved the majority of their games to Saturday on Christmas Eve. And seeing as how Christmas Day was on a Monday, kind of sort of regularly scheduled, which is fine. So yeah, will the World Juniors keep their? Will the World Juniors keep starting on Boxing Day? It's amazing they pretty much have since 2005. Well, since after 2005, with the exception of 2021. Was it 2022 when they tried starting it, and players on some teams got COVID, and teams getting forfeited. Teams had to forfeit. It was like, oh, that turned into a gong show. Then they just canceled the tournament outright. Then they moved it to. Then they played it in August. It was My biggest complaint about that tournament that was held in August of 2021 was the fact that it was actually held during the summers. Like, they had to schedule it, but yeah, people complain about the lack of fans. Well, they're on summer vacation. Not everybody's going to be in town. A lot of people are like, oh, we're out camping. We're on our own summer vacation. We can't go. A couple summers in a row, the women's had their hockey tournament over the summer, and it's like, yeah, let's put it back. Let's put it back in the springtime. That's what they did. Honestly, the women's hockey needs a World Juniors like the men does. That would be a good tournament to have. It could be done. There's a lot of female players 18 and under that can still play. Would be a great tournament to see, I think. I mean, why should the men have all the fun? Let the 20 and unders have their World Juniors too. Let the women, 20 and under women, have their hockey tournament too. Like, let's see it. I mean, 1998 was the first time women's hockey was added to the Olympics. First women's hockey tournament was in 1990. And here we are 33 years after that, but still no World Juniors for the women. So let's get that out there. I mean, you got Olympic hockey, you got the Women's Worlds. Let's see a Women's World Juniors. Let's do it. So there you go. That's my little event for the night. And little hockey on Christmas Day story. So I think that'll probably be it for Christmas Day. I'm thinking, probably. Don't quote me on that, but I'm thinking it is. I'm just gonna go upload this and then go do some laziness. So in the meantime, and in between time, stay tuned for the next one.